Hi, and welcome to Confidence Equals Beauty with Amanda Taylor. Here on this podcast, you can find motivation and learn different techniques and styles to help you step out of your comfort zone and build the confidence you deserve. I'm your host, Amanda Taylor. I am a trained mental health therapist along with life coach experience to help teach women like you to love and accept themselves for who they are meant to be. I teach women how to change their mindset, self-talk, and to get to a place where they can relax into their season, shine bright, and live out their God-given purpose. Today's episode will help you grow in confidence as confidence equals beauty. Hi, and welcome to Confidence Equals Beauty with Amanda Taylor. Guys, it's been a minute. I know it has. And I'm going to be honest with you, this past 3 months has been a whirlwind of just craziness. So back in June, I talked about the release of my book. Well, ta-da! It's here. It's been here. I just haven't been able to promote it like I wanted to. But the book is called Awaken Her, a confidence workbook to reclaim your worth, power, and voice. And y'all, this is my heart and soul. This book has taken up so much of my bandwidth, my mind, my emotional space. I'll just tell you the journey. When I got this idea to write this workbook, I was terrified. I have a blog. I enjoyed writing short stories when I was in school. I remember in graduate school writing a lot of papers and research papers. I just remember writing a lot as far as academic writing goes, but I had never just wrote based off my personal experience or my knowledge as a therapist, my knowledge as a mom, and my knowledge just as me as a human being. And so I'm telling you, when I was typing some of these pages up, I'm just tears are streaming down my face being like, gosh, I wish I had this information in my 20s. I really wish I had more guidance or more ways to be able to step out of my comfort zone, really build my confidence. So I'm not 42 years old now discovering it and then, going through everything that I've gone through. However, I also understand the things that I've gone through is exactly what I needed to go through for this workbook. Please, you can get it on Amazon. It's Awaken Her. I would encourage you order it. You don't have to do the workbook part of it, but the workbook part is a reflection of questions and you reflecting on yourself and writing it out. I think there's something powerful about writing your thoughts, your emotions, your goals, things that have happened to you, the hurt, the good, the bad, the ugly. There's something powerful about writing it out and getting it out of your system, which is why I decided to do this workbook. But I have so many different topics about why we struggle with confidence. And then there's a lot of how-tos on things that you can do for personal exercises that you can do to day-to-day life. There are things where, like I said, you're going to reflect on who you are, what you want to become, and how to get there. Small steps. It's very manageable. The feedback has been, I read it in less than a weekend. I've had people like, I was struggling with facing my own issues. I really had to work at it slowly, but it is super simple. I don't use big fancy words. I do some, how do I describe it? I do some techniques and teach you what I would teach in a counseling session. There are examples of women that I have either worked with or friends. Their identity's covered and taken care of, so you don't have to worry about if you're one of my friends, your identity, everything about the scenario is not going to identify who you are. But they're very relatable, different stories, and then the how-tos, how that person corrected what they wanted to do to build the confidence. So guys, like I said, the book is out, and after the book released, I needed a mental just break. And so trying to create content and trying to promote the book was not really, I needed to do better, but here I am. So hopefully we can get this book out, word of mouth. I believe this book is going to change people's lives. And like I said, it's my heart and soul. It's a lot of my story. It's a lot of just, let's get in there and let's finally overcome what's holding us back to building confidence. But anyway, so from that summer, my family, we decided when we had all the children together, we were going to just go and have fun for the summertime. So we got out of our home and we traveled a lot, and we just took time. And one of the big reasons why this summer was important to me was we have a son that's a senior now. And we just really wanted to spend this summer enjoying being a family before he has to pick where he's going to go for his higher education and graduate high school. So that's that. And then I was in another pageant called United International Elite, and I won the National Mrs. title. So a lot of that has been appearances and a lot of just promoting my title. It was an amazing experience. I did not expect to win this pageant. I can't be more happy or more thrilled about a beautiful pageant system for all ages that really brings the core values of equality, empathy, and empowerment. And it was beautiful competing. It was beautiful cheering on the other women as they competed. Seeing the sisterhood form was absolutely gorgeous. And so that's also something that's taken my time. And then I'm going to be honest. When I'm struggling with being creative, I struggle with content. And I needed to take, once again, another kind of like mental break to just get the creative juices flowing again. So that explains kind of why I've been absent. But it's not because I didn't care or love you guys. It's just I allowed my life to get busy. But here we are, brand new again, with some topics that, going to be truly honest, I struggle with. And I don't know if this is going to be something I'm ever just going to get over. It's something I have to constantly work at. And it's body shaming. I don't know who taught us this, what happened. I mean, I kind of know. I have some theories. But body shaming is a conversation I hear daily in my mind. I hear it in my mind telling myself the negatives of my body. When I'm talking with my friends, my good Lord, the amount of times there is a complaint about body shape and all that. So today, that's what I want to talk about. I know we're kind of past swimsuit season, but I think we just need to talk about it. I think it's real. I think it happens even in all seasons, not just swimsuit season. I do feel that sometimes during swimsuit season, it's a little bit more obvious. I also want to talk about how we can work to overcome this. And most of us do not realize we body shame ourselves basically until we walk away from the moment feeling awful about ourselves and wondering why we may be worse, maybe feel worse, in a bad mood than before. And I discovered that body shaming was a learned behavior that I learned from women. I learned it from my mother. I learned it from other women in my life. I don't think this was intended. And these women in my life, I don't think they wanted me to body shame. I don't think they realized they were body shaming themselves. But this is a behavior that was taught to me. And I look back, and most of every shopping experience or going through my friend's closet trying on clothes would result in us talking about how much we hated our bodies. And sometimes I think we are just mean to ourselves because it seems like it's the only dialogue that women feel they can fit in, or that one should blame themselves with others. I hate my thighs. I hate my stomach. My boobs are too big. My boobs are too small. It goes into, I hate my hair. I hate my skin. I wish my nose was different. I mean, this dialogue happens all the time. And once again, I don't know if it's just a conversation that we have and it just, we start on it. I mean, I think about the movie Mean Girls, where they're staring in the mirror and they're like shaming themselves. I hate this, I hate that, and hate this and hate that. And I remember the character, I think her name was Katie, was like, oh, this is a new thing I've never learned. And, she's exposed to a whole world after being homeschooled for so long that it opened her eyes. And it's true. I remember doing this in middle school. I remember doing this in high school. I remember doing this in college. I remember doing this in my 20s, 30s. And guess what? I just did it the other day at 42 years old in a dressing room. I also hear this when I'm in a dressing room. I hear women talk about, I hate this. And the friend's like, oh, you look amazing. And I hear a woman will compliment, like, oh, that looks so good on you. You look amazing. And then I hear immediately come out of the mouth of the person in the outfit every flaw they have. And the dressing room can be a very negative place. So be aware of what you say and think in a dressing room. And let me just add, the dressing room sucks. It just sucks. Bad lighting, it's hot in there. By the time I've tried on 3 dresses or 3 outfits, I have sweated. I have fought with the outfit. My elbows have hit the sides of the walls. The mirror's right there in my face. All I see is big Amanda right in the mirror. It's not like I can look a step back and get a few. And then when I go to the 3 mirrors, whatever, that you're supposed to get a better view, all I can think of is gross. I can tell you, the lighting is awful in a dressing room. I don't know who designed dressing rooms and why they think it's a good idea. It's awful. Lighting's dim, you can't see, or it's that harsh fluorescent lighting where you just look like you're a ghost. You put on the outfit, the color out in the store does not look like the color in the dressing room, and then your skin looks pasty. It's the worst experience. And like I said, somehow there's no air conditioning back there. Why we have to go and change in a hot box, I just don't get it. And then there's a wait if you're there before a holiday or it's a Saturday or you name it. It is awful experience. I will tell you a little tidbit that I learned. Go ahead and try to figure out what your size is ahead of time. Take them home. Try them on in the comfort of your home with your good lighting. And then take back what you don't like. I'm telling you, I did this a couple times, and oh my God, the anxiety of shopping went down. Yes, I had to bug the people about returning the items because I purchased more than I needed to, and I bought like 2 or 3 different sizes to try on. But I'm telling you, trying out clothes in the comfort of my house was so much better than the stupid dressing rooms. I was honest with you. I'm going to always be honest with you. I'm over here. Probably the hardest thing to overcome is not body shaming myself anymore. But I want to start by saying, however, or for whatever reason you find yourself body shaming, I give you permission to leave this awful habit behind and start a new dialogue and a mindset for yourself that you can love your body. I don't know if it's me or if it's something you experience, but I feel like my entire life I have been bombarded with magazines, images of what the perfect body is supposed to look like. And deep down, I do believe each generation has had this version of perfect body that has been shown to us, and we decided that we're not good enough based on the belief that was told to us. So I just want to knock this down and put this body shaming situation in its place. I think back when I was a teenager. It's the end of the 90s, early 2000s. And we were introduced to singers like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Jessica Simpson, Mandy Moore. And then it was also what seemed like the height of the Victoria's Secret angels models were everywhere. And the message I received from this as a teenager is, you are not sexy enough unless you look and dress like these women. So sexy equaled being attractive and beautiful. And I remember just being confused. Here I am, a 5 foot, on a good day, teenage girl who is active in color guard, marching band, and choirs. I love to dance hip hop, lyrical style, dancing in my privacy of my room. Never make it to any pro level. I was also probably like 95 pounds soaking wet because I was very active. I also didn't really eat a lot. Maybe something like a Diet Coke and a handful of something to stop the hunger pain. I didn't have the best eating habits. I don't think I had an eating disorder. I just really do think I just didn't know how to eat healthy. So it was like, just stop the hunger pain, grab a handful of something. And I remember eating a lot of Reese's Pieces and then like eating like a granola bar or something small. And like, I was more active than I was taking in food. So I was a very tiny person. I've always been more on the petite side. And I just remember wishing I was taller with a longer torso and legs. And I remember keeping my hair short, like basically at my chin, because I had no clue how to style my half wavy, stringy hair. It was intimidating and insecure time for me. I thought I would never achieve the idea of being sexy or beautiful that was being shown to me. And some days I just wish I could go back to that girl and just say, this is the skinniest and everything fits you almost perfect, you 0 to 2 size chick. And then give her one of those backhanded slaps across the back of my hand, like, girl, snap out of it. Kind of like your mama did when you got in trouble and backslapped her. Or when you backtalked your mom kind of like popped your mouth. Kind of just want to do that to her. But I also want to hug her. I want to hug her, the younger version of me. And go back and tell her that skinny does not mean healthy. I want to just love on her and tell her that sexy and skinny don't always mean the same thing. Eat more than just stopping the hunger pain. And I also think back even earlier years than that. 10 and 12 years old when my body started changing. I was one of those who hit puberty at like 10 to 12 years old. And it seemed like one day I was a kid and the next day I was growing breast, acne, starting my period. Hit a growth spurt. Luckily I hit 5 foot. Then stopped. Wasn't going to grow any taller. I got chunky around this age. I remember the doctor and my parents constantly asking me, talking about how worried they were about me being obese. And during that time, it was so hard because I did not know what was happening to me. I mean, my parents had educated me that my body was going to change, and we had the awkward sex talks that most Southern Christian households have. But we didn't really talk about the changes of life. We didn't talk about sex in detail. We didn't talk about what your body was going to go through. I mean, as a kid, I kind of got handed a Christian book to read on the topic about the anatomy of how it all worked. But I don't remember, I really didn't get taught about what was going on. And because I developed so much earlier, my classmates did not understand what was going on with me. My family would make jokes about, look at her, she's getting, boobs now. And I just remember just being so embarrassed. I remember hearing, don't eat that, don't eat this, don't eat that, you're going to get fat. Are you sure you want this? You sure you want that? Are you washing your face? Your face looks like a pizza. Like I said, I look back and I don't think anybody meant this as a hurtful thing, but I really did take it as hurtful. And I think sometimes from these experiences from high school to the younger years of puberty, I really do feel like maybe this is where my body shaming started. I look back at these 2 times in my life and I see where body shaming started and how I learned this negative behavior. So fast forward to present day. I'm 42. I've been pregnant 5 times. I've birthed 2 biological children, which means I've had 3 miscarriages after my second child was born. I didn't gain a lot of weight in my pregnancy. 20 pounds was, I think, the most I gained. But I also noticed after my second child was born, I noticed my body didn't go, quote, unquote, back like it did the first child. I noticed my hips are wider. I feel like my rib cage got larger. My breasts did not go down in size. They stayed fully big. So now at 42, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I don't recognize my body. I think I'm hitting perimenopause. I work out and eat healthy consistently. And I still haven't dropped in 3 years, eating very healthy, working out, being very active. I haven't seen the scale drop at all. Maybe 1 or 2 pounds. I see when I look at myself in the mirror, I see that I don't look like the 20-year-old. I don't look like the pre-mom. The clothing that I had pre-pregnancy does not fit at all. I was fortunate that I only gained 20 pounds, so it wasn't a lot to lose after the babies. but my body never went back to that really, really slim, petite size that I remember being. I've had to accept going up in size clothing. That's hard. It's very hard for me. You might hear my voice quiver because it's something that I have to accept. I don't want to. Gosh, I would love to fit back in some of those things I only got to wear a few times because I didn't think I was going to get pregnant. And I did. And now my body doesn't fit in them. I have to adjust to the jeans that I loved are not going to love me back. So we're still facing this. Women, we are still facing with the images that are considered the perfect body. I will say, I think our society is getting better at more inclusive body types. Dove, I know, is one of the companies that really emphasizes different body shapes and beauty. But I want to also look at who we're comparing ourselves to. As we get older, we're also bombarded with this image of we have to look young and youthful. And I'm guilty. I've got every face cream you can imagine because my smile lines, especially around my eyes, are so distinct now. I am seeing some new lines forming on my face. Now, the beauty that I will tell every woman is, thank God I'm a laughing, happy-go-lucky person because those smile lines and all that are obviously signs of just joy and happiness in my life. But I also want you to also think about what images we're seeing. I am over these let's get slim, bloated social media post of 20-year-olds talking about being bloated. Y'all don't know bloated until you're in your 40s and you eat that piece of cheese and you're bloated for weeks. It feels like after that one piece of cheese. I'm just over it. I get it. They're influencers. But a lot of the things and ads that women, especially I'm going to target us in our 40s right now because that's where I'm at. So if you're younger, bless you. But this is also reality of when you get older. But I also want to protect you so you're not in your 42 body shaming yourself. You're now learning how to have a better dialogue. But most of the things that we are bombarded with are women maybe in their 20s and in their 30s. Mostly young women, and I call it the prime of their metabolism with no children, few hormone changes going on right now in their life. And women who are a specific height and waist size. We are most likely comparing ourselves to someone who's much younger than us and that has not had any real life changes happening to their body. And when I think about this, I actually kind of chuckle to myself because here I am wishing to look like so-and-so is 20 years younger than me. Nope. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to be 20. I'm never going to be those sizes again. And these changes taking over and causes lots of new shapes and changes. It's time to figure out how to accept and love and navigate our ever-changing body. We need to put this into a new perspective. I personally would love it, the average woman. I would like another woman that looks just like me on a billboard showing me how to wear that specific style of clothing. Because I'm telling you, I'm not going to be able to wear the high-waist jeans without my boobs touching the waistband because my torso is so short. So I would like to see that. But unfortunately, that's not really happening in our society right now. So I really wish we could have that. It's not happening. But how do we do this? So remember, when you're comparing yourself to images of what is perfect, this is an advertisement. It's designed to look perfect, which in result, if you're already struggling, you will feel insecure about yourself. I didn't realize the impact that advertisement had to women. So let me kind of share this experience with you. I've won several national titles. And when you win a national title, sometimes you get the luxury of a photo shoot. So they bring in professional hair and makeup artists. My experience is I got to go through the transformation of airbrush makeup, perfectly curled, placed hair with added hair extensions, fake long eyelashes, beautiful outfits to wear. I had someone literally telling me to twist my body or positioning my body at certain angles. Extremely uncomfortable, by the way, let me add. And I'm hearing click, 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 click with this of the camera. And the finished product is absolutely stunning. The photographer can filter and smooth anything, which for me was reduced my wrinkles, the dark circles under my eyes, I look in these photos about 10, 15 years younger. Not a blemish on my face, not a sunspot. When I look at these pictures of these photo shoots, I now understand why I look so good in them. It's because we spent hours positioning my body, placing every strand of hair in the right place. Every single thing of makeup that went on my face was designed for me to look younger, to look perfect. And so that experience has taught me, okay, advertisement, what we're faced with is actually not the real. I'm telling you, I twisted torso to my body that my stomach looked like it was the flattest and longest torso I'd ever had. Now my back hurt while I was twisting in that position, but my good Lord, that end result made me look like I was a size 0 when I'm not. And I share this because there's no need for us to compare ourselves to a professional image. Because that's exactly what these images are. They are professional images that have been magically edited and made gorgeous. We spend so much energy on ourselves comparing ourselves to the look of these professional images. Now, if you were to see me in a regular old man, you'd be like, oh, that girl ain't that perfect. I'm not unattractive. But if you compare my everyday picture to my professional portrait, hands down, in my opinion, the professional portrait makes me look amazing compared to my everyday look. So I want to add the biggest thing that slams our self-esteem is this whole swimsuit ordeal. And I'm kind of getting away from the picture and all that and the size thing. But I'm telling you what, I know it's past swimsuit season, but it's a whole ordeal. I want to put into perspective a different mindset and having to deal with this little piece of fabric that covers our no-see areas of our body. First off, if you do not like yourself naked, you will not like yourself in a swimsuit. Okay, hear me out. Nobody, I think, jumps for joy being naked. So instead of shaming yourself in your birthday suit, God designed this was the best way for you to enter in the world. I want you to think of everything that you have worn on your birth date God decided was naked and the best look for you. I know it sounds silly, but if you can accept that God thought you looked perfect coming into this world all bare butt, then you are beautiful right now, all bare butt, standing there in your birthday suit. Part of a swimsuit is literally you are just covering up all the no-sees. You are helping everybody else because there would be negative consequences for you if you ran out with your body parts all showing. But remember, this is a small piece of fabric, not what makes you beautiful or not. 42 years old. Let me just get real about the swimsuit. I'm not laying out there looking cute. I'm not 13, 14, 15 years old, laying out on the beach, trying to get dark. No, I am running around with children. I'm chasing kids. I am trying to have the best experience possible on the beach making memories. I'm running after my child who thinks she's Moana or the Little Mermaid and she can swim like Ariel and walk into the water and the scene and the waves are knocking her down, so I'm having to run out there and get her. Or I'm chasing down a football or a frisbee because no one really in our family is athletic, but we're trying to have fun. I'm not a supermodel. I need to wear something that's going to cover everything up and provide support for me to be active. So the mindset of the swimsuit is, yes, I know we all want to look cute. But if you really do some digging, you can find some really good modest bathing suits that will cover everything up, that you can enjoy yourself on the beach. And the reality is, I don't think anybody's really looking. And if you have all that time to waste judging people's body on the beach, you need to go on somewhere. The mindset of a swimsuit is find something that is comfortable, that covers you up, that you can enjoy the memories of your children, not sitting there hating your body. It's watching your children playing the sand, or watching them dig a hole and put dad in this, when they cover up, or building sandcastles. It's enjoying the moment. It's not paying attention to your veins in your legs or the dimples in your butt cheeks. No, it's not that. And that's where I think we've got to stop as women. You put on a swimsuit, put on something that you are comfortable in, that covers you. And remember, you are beautiful just the way you are. But the beauty of the beach at this age is the memories that you will take with your children. It's a little bit of a twisted concept of trying to work on body image in a swimsuit. But ultimately, if you focus on what really it is about, what you're doing, not what you look like, you will see the beauty in yourself. So next, I want to talk about accepting your changing body. And I want to talk about it's time. I know we don't all have the financial means to buy a whole new wardrobe, but if you are holding on to that pair of jeans that you're hoping to fit in, this is where I struggle. It's time to get rid of it. But part of me really likes it as a motivation because I see that pair in my closet and I'll put them on like, oh, I'm getting closer. But the thing that I have to look at that piece of that pair of jeans is I hadn't worn those pair of jeans since I was in my 30s. I don't even think they're in style anymore. I don't know if I should keep them because I'm like, they're not in style anymore. Yes, I would love to be like, look at me. I fit into my size, whatever jeans from when I was in my 30s, pre-pregnancy, jeans. Yeah, it's a good feeling when that happens. But then what happens if you don't ever get back in them? 3 years I've been working out to try to get a pair of jeans that I love, that I never really got to wear much. 3 years. And every time I put it on, there's a little bit of hope. But then there's just like this overwhelming, I'm depressed. I hate my body. I'm shaming it because it's not doing what I need it to do. The easy thing would be is for me to go find the same brand because I love that brand of jeans. It's good old Levi's. It probably would be smarter for me just to go find a pair of Levi's now in whatever style they are currently now. Put them on now that makes my body look good now. Not trying to squeeze my apron belly into a pair of jeans that are not going to accent my body. That's actually, in my opinion, the most logical and smart thing for us to do. Or the dress that we wore and now our hips are just a little too big for it, that it feels tight. And if we bend over, that thing's going to rip. I wonder if you can go out and find that same color that made you feel amazing in a different size, maybe a different style that just accents your silhouette now. I do wonder what would happen. The logic says that's the smart thing to do. Let's do it. But I also understand that hope. And let me also emphasize, when you start accepting your body for what it is now, you begin to love your body for what it is now, not what it used to be. For me, every day, I do have to stand in the mirror. And I do have to tell myself, you are 42 years old. You've been pregnant 5 times. You birthed 2 babies. You are a woman. You're a woman who's going through something like I said, perimenopause, hormone changes. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with my body. I feel like I'm in puberty again. I just don't know what's going on. But I have to remind myself, your body is the shape it is. You are doing everything you can to stay healthy, to live a better life, a better quality of life, and eating healthy. Look at your legs. Look how toned they are right now. That didn't happen just overnight. That's 3 years of working. Look at your arms. People compliment my arms daily. That didn't happen overnight. That happened 3 years of working out. Look at your smile, Amanda. 42 years old. You just went to the dentist and never had a cavity. Wow. That's amazing. Look at your smile, Amanda. It lights up a room. People give you compliments all the time. Look at your eyes. They open the window to your soul. People know when they look in your eyes how sincere you are. These are things I tell myself when I'm like, oh, I hate the way I look. These are things I have to go back and tell myself. These are things I want you to tell yourself. I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to start paying attention to what is beautiful about you. One of the things my husband's helped me with, and maybe you can find someone like your spouse, or maybe you can find a friend or something like that. But my husband, when I'm feeling all in my shame and body shaming, he looks at me and he comes and he'll put his hand on my stomach and he's like, thank you for giving me my little girl. Thank you for bringing life into this world. Thank you for my stepdaughter. Thank you for going through childbirth. Thank you for that. Thank you for the body shape that you have, because I think it's the most beautiful body I've ever seen. Now, of course, I'll let whatever, and he'll tell me, don't take my blessing away, don't take my compliment away. But I'm going to encourage you to find someone in your life that can compliment you. And you may have to say, hey, I need you to point out all the good things. I do this with my friends. I found out when I see something or I think something about them, I will just say it out loud. I have a friend, when she fixes her hair, it's gorgeous. Oh my God, her hair is gorgeous. And I stopped just thinking it to myself, and God, her hair is gorgeous. I now tell her, your hair looks amazing today. I tell her, I like that color on you. Oh, cute skirt. Oh my gosh, I love it. And I find when I compliment my friends, you can see the little pep in their step. Now, I don't always get the compliments back, but that's okay. Because that's my heart, that's my soul pouring out to someone else. I see it, I tell people I like it. So let's kind of wrap this kind of up a little bit, because thank you for sitting here with me this long, going on my tangent. But if you find yourself body shaming, I want you to find out. Look at yourself. I want you to thank yourself for what your body has gone through. That scar you see because you had a surgery, that surgery probably saved your life. Thank your body for it. Thank your body for those who have been able to birth children. Thank your body for it. Those who have not, for whatever reason, I want you to thank your body for protecting you for whatever reason. I know that's hard to hear. I know it's not fair to hear, but thank your body. Thank your body for carrying you however old you are right now, that it woke up and it's giving you life. Thank your body. Thank your body, because it's the only one you have. And if you continue to body shame it, you will continue to do a whole lot of mental health concerns and issues that will tear you down, and you won't ever be able to hold your head high. I struggle with this daily, guys. If you feel yourself hating everything you wear, it's time to go through your closet. It's time to pick out a new wardrobe. You don't have to have 100 pieces of clothing in your closet. Just have a few essentials right now that when you put them on, you feel amazing in. Mine, honestly, right now, it's a pair of running shorts and usually a fitted t-shirt with a lyric or a band that I love. But I also have these cute blouses that have little puffy sleeves on them. I probably look like a 10-year-old in them, but I don't care. I feel happy in them. My favorite color to wear is pink, black, and white. I wear blue and green because it brings out my eyes, but pink, black, and white are my favorite colors to wear. When I put on black pants, I feel amazing. When I put on a black top, oh, it just warms my heart up. Find the color that you like. Wear that color. Because sometimes colors will make you feel beautiful. And if you don't know what colors look good on you, I'm going to encourage you to do a Google search and figure out, like, I'm a jewel tone kind of person. I don't really do well with a lot of pastels and very, very light colors. But I do really well with deep emerald colors. I do well with texture. I don't do well with patterns. So if it's got a lot of pattern design on it, it just gets busy and it just makes me feel lost. I don't like it. I don't really wear like stripes a lot. Don't wear polka dots. I usually wear solid, plain color with like I said, I love a pair of jeans. A pair of jeans that I've accepted I will never fit in. I've gotten new pairs of jeans that know the number. I wanted to cry when I realized what that number was. But remember, I think I've mentioned this in previous podcasts before. Don't ever look at the letter or the number of your outfit. Put on the clothes. Try not to look at the size. Put on, look in the mirror. If you like the way it looks, you get it. Cut the tag out so you never really know what that number size is. Then you'll never feel like, oh no, I'm not skinny, I'm fat, or because those number systems, those letter systems are awful. Every designer has their own measuring. They're not the same. I really wish it. Men, I feel like their measuring system's better. My husband can go and grab a pair of whatever waist and height he is, and every pair of jeans out there, and they all fit him the same. Me, I got to try on everything. Find the color that you like. If there's other things that help you build up and embrace your look, do it. No one says you have to you don't let me rephrase this. There are things out there to enhance your beauty. And they're there for you. Not to be fake or pretend, they're for you. So for example, women I love my toes done. A nice pedicure. It makes me feel amazing and beautiful. Don't know, it's my feet. I hate feet, but I love it when my feet look good. So I get a pedicure. I also put extensions in my hair because I was not blessed with very thick hair. I put extensions in. My hair looks thicker. It looks fuller. I feel more amazing. I love a clean manicure. I don't like acrylics, but I have really a bunch of friends who have acrylic nails and they just love them. I like a clean manicure. I personally love wearing a light dusting of makeup, I guess. I do my eyebrows. And some days I put lash extensions on just because I want to brighten my eyes up more. There is nothing wrong with doing things to make you feel better about yourself. It's when you are doing it and you're feeling shameful about it. You know, wearing your favorite color, wearing a certain silhouette. I love a dress. I love a sundress. Oh, I love shorts. I have several friends that hate shorts, but I love wearing shorts. I love a skirt. These are things that help me feel better. But it's time for us to stop comparing. It's time for us to stop body shaming. And it's time for us as women to look in the mirror and tell ourselves a new dialogue. The negative thoughts will come in. It's a learned behavior. But the more you practice telling yourself and say it out loud what your good attributes are, accepting your body for what it is, whether you like it or not, accepting it. Eventually the dialogue becomes the truth because the negative is all lies. But you tell yourself something enough, your brain will switch and believe it. And then one day you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to be like, dang, she look really good for my age. And girls that are younger right now, if you're listening, it's time to start now. You don't want to be 42 years old crying in the dressing room because you hate yourself. No, you don't want to be that. Start doing it now. Start telling yourself what you're beautiful now. Compliment your friends. Compliment your family members. Tell them how beautiful it is. It's time to change the dialogue that society has twisted us. So guys, I hope this has helped you and these little tips have helped you. Thank you for sticking with me for this long. Please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss out on episodes. And please share this podcast with anybody and everybody you know. Remember, the book, Awaken Her, is out on Amazon. I encourage you to get the book. This also will help you with body shaming and any other issues that are going on with you that make you feel insecure. I love you. I'm here for you. And remember, confidence equals beauty. Thank you for listening to Confidence Equals Beauty podcast with Amanda Taylor. If this podcast has helped you in any way, I encourage you to subscribe to this podcast so you do not miss out on any episodes. Also, please share this podcast with others. Please go to the ratings and rate this podcast, preferably high ratings. Please leave comments on how this podcast is helping you. The more we share, the more we can build up this community of Confidence Equals Beauty. Also, if you're not part of the Confidence Equals Beauty community, I encourage you to go to Confidence Equals Beauty with Amanda Taylor Facebook group and join. If you're also in need of additional resources to help you work on your confidence, please go to www.confidenceequalsbeauty.com. You can also subscribe to get updated information. Thank you for being part of this community, and remember, confidence equals beauty.